Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the Huawei P30 Lite is out now, and in this video I am gonna compare the handset with its 8 months old cousin, the Mate 20 Lite. As for the price, the Mate 20 Lite is now costing less than the P30 Lite. So let's get into the video and starting off with the construction. So on both handsets we are gonna be getting glass backs, while the frame will be plastic on the P30 versus aluminium on the Mate 20. And in almost every review of the P30 Lite, people were very quick to find out that the frame is just plastic because it's easily noticeable. The display is 6.15 inches diagonally on the P30 Lite versus 6.3 inches on the Mate 20 Lite. So in terms of their overall size, the Mate 20 Lite is gonna be like one step larger than the P30 Lite, and it's gonna be weighing slightly more as well. Now both handsets are coming with the notched screen, but the notch being more wider on the Mate 20, while the chin, its thickness is gonna be the same on both handsets. And also on both handsets, along with the chin and the notch, there is a top bezel as well, which is gonna be more wider on the Mate 20 Lite. The fingerprint scanner is gonna be on the back on both handsets, and both are gonna have the face unlock feature. For connectivity, both are coming with the USB Type-C port, and on both the loudspeaker and the headphone jack being on the bottom side. And at last, both does not have any water resistance, so water can damage these. The display technology is gonna be IPS LCD on both of these with a resolution of Full HD, so screen sharpness is gonna be good. The always on screensavers are not gonna work on these, as these are not AMOLED screens like the P30 Pro and the Mate 20 Pro or like any other Samsung phone. And to protect these, Huawei is not using Gorilla Glass, but tempered glass is gonna be there on both, as we can see in their website. As for the performance, and both of these are coming with the same Kirin 710 inside. The CPUs on the chip are pretty okay, not so good because the P30 Lite does stutter sometimes. And as for the GPU, it's not that good also. It runs PUBG at medium settings, but the Huawei's performance mode or the GPU turbo saves the day, because by turning it on you can play PUBG at high settings in exchange of slightly more heat. The base model of both handsets is coming with 4GB of RAM, which is completely fine, while of both the 6GB RAM variant is also gonna be there. Both handsets have only one storage variant, so the Mate 20 is gonna have 64GB of storage versus 128 for the P30 Lite, and on both it is gonna be expandable, but also on both you cannot use two SIMs and a microSD card at the same time. And at last, for the operating system, the P30 Lite is gonna be running Android 9 Pie versus the Mate 20 Lite Android Oreo, which is also upgradable to Android 9 Pie now. Now coming to the camera, and the P30 Lite is gonna have two variants. The variant that's coming to Indian and the Arab countries side is gonna have 24 megapixels rear shooter, while the European variant of the P30 Lite is gonna have double 48 megapixel sensor. Both of these will produce 12 megapixels images, while you can also take advantage of their full resolution in exchange of no HDR features. So in good light, no worries, while in low light, that 48 megapixel shooter is definitely gonna have a larger sensor, so in low light it's gonna have a major advantage. Now to the actual comparison, the Mate 20 Lite have only one variant that's coming with 20 megapixel shooter. Now this camera on the Mate 20 Lite is a pretty good one. It has no detail issues and the HDR mode works really well, and also in low light it does not disappoint. Versus for the P30 Lite, it's kind of too early. On the internet there is so much less information about the phone, but whether its camera is good or bad, I am gonna post an update comment. That's gonna be the first comment of mine below this video, and I'm gonna post it as I'm gonna gather enough details. The P30 Lite is coming with an ultra-wide sensor being 8 megapixels in resolution and having 120 degrees of field of view, which on a normal camera is about 75 degrees, means super wide. And at last, there is a depth sensor on both handsets for better edge detection in portraits. The video recording aspects are gonna be the same on both handsets, so both will record 1080p videos at either 60 or 30 fps. 60 fps is great, but the electronic stabilization is not gonna work in this mode, and the 4K option is not there on both handsets. The slow motion recording will be at 120 fps, which is 4 times slower in 720p resolution, while there will be a 480 fps mode as well on both handsets, which is gonna record for 0.5 seconds in 480p resolution, and it requires really good lighting as well. For the front camera, again two variants of the P30 Lite. The one that's coming to the Indian side is gonna have a 32 megapixels front sensor, and for the European side it's gonna have a 24 megapixels front shooter, versus the Mate 20 Lite also has a 24 megapixels shooter. The one on the Mate 20 Lite is again pretty good. It does not have any issues, so I hope it's gonna be the same sensor on the European P30 Lite. While for the Indian variant, just one thing, it does not produce as good selfies as the P30 Pro, which is also having a 32 megapixel sensor. At last for the battery, so the P30 Lite is coming with a 3340 mAh capacity versus its larger 3750 mAh on the Mate 20 Lite. The Mate is again pretty good with its battery, and by seeing how Huawei phones with Kirin 710 performs, the P30 Lite should give you about 10% less screen on time. So this is it for this video guys. Let me know what you guys think about both handsets, and if you found this video interesting then be sure to like it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.